name is Laura Hunter Drago, and I'm here at Podcast Movement speaking about audio fiction.
What is audio fiction?
So audio fiction, think about like a radio play meets an audio book meets TV, and in podcast form. So almost like you're listening to a TV series rather than watching it.
Okay, so that sounds super niche. One of the advices that I've heard from other podcasters here is obviously be consistent, but also to find a niche. So would you agree with that?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the genre that I write in is what I call fake crime. So true crime is very popular in the podcast world. This is fictional mysteries and crime series. There's obviously an audience for true crime. So having the fiction option, I think, is fun for people, and that's how we've been able to find our audience is through that.
If you don't mind me asking, do you use AI or ChatGPT to help you write these scripts?
No. I am a screenwriter originally, and so yeah, I write everything.
What advice would you give to aspiring podcast creators?
I would say what I love about the podcast world is that there are fewer gatekeepers than in a lot of other traditional forms of media. So whereas in the film world, a lot of times you're waiting for someone to hand you the keys, a person with a lot of money. There's a really low barrier to entry in podcasting. So I would say make your thing. If you have an idea, if you have a fiction idea, maybe a screenplay or a book that you've been working on, you haven't been able to get it picked up, try making it into a podcast because you can get an audience for it. So that's my advice.
How hard or easy is it to get into podcasting?
I mean, it's a tough question. I think that it is easy in terms of if you have the equipment, you can make your own show. I taught myself how to edit audio, so I'm kind of a one-woman band. I've been able to do it kind of on the fly. But I do think it takes a certain amount of dedication and tenacity to kind of like keep going at it and building up an audience. So it's hard and easy at the same time.
How important is it to have charisma when you're podcasting?
Oh, I think it's important in everything, but I think in podcasting, obviously, like the voice and the energy that you present to the world is an important part of people wanting to listen to you. Yeah, absolutely.
Now let's talk about the business side of this, Laura. So how does one make money with a podcast?
I mean, there's a lot of different ways. We run ads through our podcasts, through Spotify, and we're able to monetize that way. I'll be honest with you, my primary goal with this was not necessarily to make a ton of money. As a writer, I was more focused on getting my work out there and for people being able to access it easily. It's hard to get a movie made. If you write a book, it's a lot to ask someone to read a whole book, but to listen to something on your drive, on your commute to work during the day is not a big ask of people. It's free to access. And so it's more about finding that wider audience and then building it from there.
And how do you promote your podcast?
Oh, many ways. Newsletters, the social media, ads, and then going to events like this.
On a closing note, maybe just take a moment to plug your show and
Sure.
anything else that you want viewers to walk away.
Great, yeah, thanks so much. My show is The Crime at Camp Ashwood. It's a mystery series, and yeah, check it out.